All right, people, what's happening? So, put a lot of effort into this one. 5-bedroom HMO done. It's been 10 weeks of blood, sweat, tears, dust, money flying out like you wouldn't believe, trades problems, dealing with builders, building regs. We even had a bit of planning on this one, which you normally don't have for a HMO. But we're finished in 10 weeks. That's how My HMO do it. It's looking really nice. I'm going to show you around. Come and take a look. Unfortunately, we've still got this clapped out grey 1 Series next door. It's still there. That's the only thing that's stayed the same in this build. Everything else has changed. I'm going to take you through all the detail. Okay, so let's start on the outside. This was a garage. As you pan over, just past the 1 Series, you can see some of the neighbouring properties, right? So we converted this into a bedroom. We took the gas mains out of the property, put it outside. Space is so important in these projects because every little square inch of space counts. We've got beautiful, nice new windows. We've got a nice new pitched roof. We've even done the neighbours for free. That's how we roll. Right, let's take a look at the property then. As we walk in, this light's already on because I've just opened the door, but that is an automatic light with a sensor. So we're not going to have this problem in this property with tenants not turning lights off. You get that in HMOs all the bloody time. Drives me insane. No one would do it at home, but because they're living in a rental property, that's what they do. And then I'm just panning up here to the fire panel, all working nice. You have to have this if your HMO is a 3-story. We just put them in all our HMOs, future-proof them. Little details. Number one, a lot of people I see with HMOs, they don't put numbers on the doors, they don't split them. Obviously it costs a little bit more, but we don't scrimp on little details. Right, let's enter bedroom number 1. And this has had a transformation. We'll stick the picture of the garage in the corner. I'm sure we've got it somewhere. Nice little kitchenette in here. We've gone for a grey theme. My partner picks most of that. I'm absolutely rubbish. I'll probably just do everything in magnolia. I'm old school. Hooks on the back of doors, right? These are small little details, but it makes the difference to the people that are going to live here. Somewhere to hang their jackets, hang their clothes. You know, at the end of the day, they're living out of one room. You've got to make sure you're providing a really nice product. So really nice space here for the bed, wardrobe. They're in order. They'll be here soon. And again, hooks on the back of doors. You know, this is going to cost an extra tenner per door, but it gives someone the space to hang their towels, you know, hang their items. These little things just help people stay at the property longer. It shows you're giving a really good product. And these are the bathrooms. Nice, you know, again, grey theme, big shower tray. We don't go small. We don't try and squeeze additional rooms in. What I like about this bathroom is there's ventilation, right? So that helps stop damp, mold, etc. This is looking at the front of the house. You can see that clapped out grey 1 Series. Maybe that will move in a few years time. Let's see. Right, let's go into the actual property here. Obviously no number on this door. It's just the hallway. Property's looking nice and clean. I haven't had it cleaned, and you can always tell a good build team with the way that they manage their area, the way that they leave it cleaned. Nice wide stairs, the carpet's in, you know, heaters are obviously in. I showed this a few times, but it's something that we really like doing. I mean, the electric certificate is a lot more expensive, but we've got a consumer box for each room. What this means is that if someone trips their electricity in 1 bedroom, it's not going to affect the other tenants in the house. You're not going to have to start fishing around and doing trial and error. And you can find exactly where an issue is, where there's a dodgy appliance. I mean, the wiring's all brand new, so we're not going to get any wiring problems. These little details are really, really important when you're building a really nice product that you're going to ask for a premium rent for. And we'll talk about that in a sec. Okay, now we're in the kitchen space. This was the living area, right, of the previous tenant. So we've used the middle of the property. If I just pull back a little bit, what you can see is a nice big space here, right? We're going to put a nice dining table there. People can sit and eat. We've got 2 sinks, 2 ovens, washing machine and dryer are on the way. We had an issue with this coin-operated timer, right? It's a little contraption that you attach to your dryer and people are going to have to pay, right? Not much, we're going to make it cheap, but it makes people think about when they're drying their clothes. We don't have to provide that. So it's going to cost 50p or so, you know, to dry your clothes, and it makes people think about how they use energy, etc. Really good thought. We've also got 2 ovens, 2 hobs, right? Loads of space, loads of units. This is going to be a really nice place for people to live. So a couple of small things that I've already mentioned, the details. Shelving, I mean, we put them a bit higher for my liking. I don't know why they've done that, but it is what it is. You can put a flower pot, you can put pictures, you can use that as extra space for your dishes, whatever you like, right? But it just gives that homely feel. Right, let's go and take a look at room number 2. This room is attached to the kitchen. So what you have to have is an exit, right? Any bedroom that is attached to a kitchen in a HMO has to have an exit. Obviously this has it. Someone's broken the window, great, you do get these problems. The builder's denying all knowledge of it, but I'll put it on their tab anyway, so they're getting that sorted. You've got the kitchenette, mini fridges are gonna go in, everybody's gonna be able to store their own food. Separately, you don't have any issues. Nice little living area where the bed's gonna go. You've got the grey theme. Hooks on the doors again, already mentioned those. And the same bathroom in every single little space. So let's go take a look upstairs. Normally I'd ask people to take their shoes off, but it's a HMO, no one's ever gonna do that. Look, you've got the automatic light straight away. Come on, good, it's working well. A lot of people don't do this, but it just saves you electricity. No one has to mess around with switches. Like the switch there is closed off, so you can't access it. If you want to change that in the future, it's very easy. You take that off, put a light switch on. We future-proof these things. Your fire alarm, call point at each floor, and you've got obviously emergency lighting. Okay, so you've got this open door here. This used to be cupboard space, right? Got a heater in between, got another one there. We'll stick some pictures up when you see the transformation, but this is where the 2 off-suite bathrooms are. Again, maximizing space. I wanted big double rooms. That's what we've got. Let's go and take a look. So you've just seen the bathroom for number 3. Let's go and take a look at room number 3. Nice big space, really big windows. Things people don't think of, right? We put the curtain rails up. Sometimes people hire these out. There's a real echo here. There's nothing in the room. Sometimes people hire these out for company lets, and obviously I run a guaranteed rent business. I hate putting up curtains, blinds. I have to do it all of the time. Well, I've just done it. You know, the build design here doesn't cost too much, and now all someone needs to do is put a curtain in, the rails in there, done. And again, shelving, big room, hooks on the back of the doors, little details, door stops on every single door, stop damage to protect our product. Okay, room number 4. But don't want to damage the door, but that's what the door stop's there for. Slightly smaller window in this room. We've got blinds on this one. This is a bit easier to put a blind than a curtain. And kitchenette. Kitchenette's all quite big. I think I've gone bigger than I've needed to be fair. But again, we like to produce a good product for our customers, our tenants. They stay longer, and whoever's going to have this room, we've got a nice big cupboard. It's been nicely painted. Room's looking good. Okay. Let's get up the stairs to the final room. Nice lovely carpet. Great little winding staircase down here. We've got a boiler unit that's housed with a tank away from all the tenants. No one can tamper with it, no one can mess with it. The flue's coming out the roof. Really good idea to do that. Got room number 5. This is the loft space. Nice curtain roll in here again. Beautiful little kitchenette. Someone's already picked this room out. We're gonna have a tenant moving in soon. Nice big doors. and another big cupboard. So this can be a lovely bit of living space for someone. Yeah, they're really gonna enjoy it. And then finally, for room number 5, you have the bathroom. This is the biggest bathroom in the property. Got a lot of space in here. That's why the female that had a look really liked it. She's taken this room. So slowly, in the next week or so, we'll get everything away. As a reminder, we bought this house for 440k. All in, our costs are about 180, right? That's stamp duty, refurbishment, legals, everything. So we're spending about 620 on it. By the time we get it refinanced and the HMO is up and running, we're going to get a valuation of, I've always said 730. I think I'm being super conservative there, but that's the way I like to do my deals. So if we do that, we're going to refinance for 587.5k. and we're going to leave about 77k in this deal. Not bad at all when you look at the return. So let me just talk about that. For each room here is going to go for a minimum of £1,100. I'm actually running HMOs now that we're renting rooms like this for £1,200. But again, we like to be conservative at My HMO, right? Because anything on top of that is a bonus. So 1,100 a room, that's 5.5k rent a month. Your running costs in a place like this, your utilities, your water, your council tax, you're going to be in for about 750, maybe slightly shy of, but let's again be conservative. And then you chuck on your mortgage costs. So your overall cost is about 3k, leaving 2.5k profit per month on this 5-bedroom ensuite HMO. Not a bad return on investment at around 39%.